We got hero cards signed by Jim Lee. Stay tuned for my Fan Expo recap. What's up, WAGME fam? This is Crypto Addict with a weekend update in Dallas. A lot has been going on this week, but I'll talk specifically about my experience on the latest road trip to Dallas for Fan Expo. Now, the entire reason for this trip was just to meet Jim Lee and get my hero card signed. I had pretty much no idea what type of experience I was going to get into, and it turned out this event was pretty massive. So starting off, we drove to the convention and did not realize how inconvenient it was going to be to park. So what we did is we ended up actually turning back to the hotel and getting an Uber to the actual venue. And that was just the start to our adventure. I actually initially purchased the Jim Lee experience and initially went to customer support because I was actually trying to upgrade to the ultimate Jim Lee experience, and that was due to the witness signature that I wanted, and that was just so that I could later on send my cards to get graded and would have the witness signature to confirm that, it was actually signed by Jim Lee. I, however, was sent in circles. I showed up, I went to the customer support in the front, and they told me there was going to be a customer support back where Jim Lee was. So I actually went to the info booth to figure out where Jim Lee was. They sent me upstairs and I was unable to find him upstairs. So I asked the person upstairs and they told me he was downstairs on the very first floor. And I went downstairs, saw a giant line downstairs, and decided to ask a person what exactly I was supposed to do and where this customer support area was. Of course, the staff was not sure what I was talking about, so he told me to ask another person who was also unsure and went directly to the person sitting in front of the entrance to Jim Lee, and he straight up said there was no customer support down here and we had to do it in the front. So the gentleman went ahead and walked with me all the way back to the entrance where the original customer support was. This time they were able to go ahead and get it upgraded to the ultimate Jim Lee experience I was looking for, just so I can get my witness signature. That was a lot to go through, but I was satisfied. I got the ticket I wanted, which was a $50 upgrade from the original Jim Lee experience. So I went back into the line, which was a very, very long line. We waited in line for, I would say, a good close to 3 hours. And to me, that was the majority of the Jim Lee experience. Once we got to the door, we went ahead and set up our cards on this cardboard mat that they had set up for us, and we had to take it out of the sleeves in order to get Jim Lee to sign it. So we waited in line with our board, and eventually we got up to Jim Lee and he was able to sign our cards for us. And that was great. That was awesome. We got the signature, talked to Jim for a sec, and got a photo taken. But after that, I asked the person about the witness signature for the ultimate Jim Lee experience, and he looked at me like I was crazy. They had no idea what I was looking for, and they went ahead and asked the next person. The next person was saying that no, they do not do the witness signature, and said that the whole grading and everything for the experience is just for comics, so I would not be able to get any type of witness signature for my cards, which was a bummer because I went through all that trouble to upgrade my ticket only to not get that signature that I wanted. To confirm, this was actually signed by Jim Lee himself. Overall, I got it recorded, so if there was any questions about it, this is proof, guys. But yeah, overall, I was, pleased. I was still happy. I got what I wanted. It took a really long time, but I got my card signed. I was excited about it. I was happy about it. We went ahead and left because we were going to go meet the Omi homies. So we were ready to go. We were ready to get out and meet up with them. And we forgot our posters. So with the experience, you get a signed poster, and we did not get it on our way out. So we had to run all the way back down, back to the front, get our posters, and now we're back on our way. And yeah, we met with the Omi homies once again, and that was a good time as always. We got to spend our time shopping with all the vendors, and yeah, that was great. There was a lot of stuff going on, but it was extremely crowded. It was very hard to get around, and it was very hard to figure out where we wanted to go. But that didn't matter because the highlight of our trip was getting to meet these wonderful people for the first time. We got to meet the Omi homies, Max and Janie. Shout out to you guys. We got to meet Blake. Shout out to Blake and Nikki as well for dinner, which was awesome. So it was really great meeting the people, and that was the highlight of our entire Dallas trip. But to recap, for Fan Expo, the convention was way too crowded and very disorganized. I was sent in circles and the staff wasn't sure where to go for certain things. There were no signs to help guide you throughout the convention, and the map on the flyer was pretty much not helpful at all. The vending machines were empty and the lines for water were like 30 plus minutes. I think if the event were like a lot more organized so people kind of knew where to go at certain times, this would have helped clear up a lot of congestion, and the hallways would have been more empty since people actually had somewhere to go. Or maybe had some type of announcement or screens with upcoming events in your time, so people would kind of get an idea as far as, okay, this is coming up, let me get ready to go to this room. That way there's less people standing around confused, kind of like me. Also, some additional feedback: the line was way too long at jimlee. It would have been much better if we were able to get like time slots to which we can actually go in and experience the jimlee experience. That way we're not all standing there waiting for hours and not getting to spend time doing anything else during the event, because we pretty much spent half the day in line and then only had time to go shopping at the vendors and not really get to go check out any of the other celebrities or go to any of the events around as well. So yeah, that was a bummer, but overall we got what we wanted, we got what we came for, and I was pleased with that. So my advice to someone going to a Fan Expo, whether it be in Dallas or another city, go ahead and take an Uber, because you do not want to search for parking, and when you do find parking, pay for the parking when you could just pay for an Uber to drop you off. Also arrive early and try to plan ahead what you want to see while getting information on where everything's going to be located from an information booth. That way you can kind of plan ahead as far as what area of the convention you'll kind of want to go to at a certain time. Overall, like I said, I was happy I got my hero card signed. I came out with 3 Wonder Woman and 3 Batman legendaries. I'm hoping the grading process will go smoothly when I do send it in to get graded. Unfortunately, since my cards are unscanned, I'm still waiting before I do send these cards out, because I don't want these cards to get claimed when I have not scanned them in yet. That's all I actually have for my Fan Expo recap. Let me know if you have any questions about the event. Like, comment, and subscribe, and like we always say, we're all gonna make it. Take care, guys.